I had a heart attack. I started jiu-jitsu before my 41st birthday. It was in June, and I had my heart attack. I think it was June 17th. I think this June 17th is 6 years. I didn't have a heart attack because I was doing jiu-jitsu, but I had some clogged arteries. My main artery was 80% blocked, and then I had some blockages in some other areas. I had 4 stents put in. They take out the plaque, they put a little baggie in there, blow it up, push out the plaque, and then they put some stents to hold those arteries open. So I have two stents back to back in my main artery because it was so clogged, and then I had a couple of other stents put around other parts of my heart. So I was training on a Friday night and went to have some acai. There's a little Brazilian place right down the shopping center. Went with my boys to have some acai, and honestly, I had a little stomach ache. And funny enough, I just thought I had the fart. I'm like, I got to get out of here. I got to get home. I got to go to the bathroom. And just felt like, just like you feel when like literally somebody's sitting on your chest or somebody gives you a little knee on chest or knee on belly, you feel that pressure. So it was very familiar to me. Even like when you lift weights and like 2 days later, like your chest feels good, but you're like, oh, I feel the pressure. And didn't think much of it. Went home, told my wife, went to the bathroom, took a shower after practice. No big deal. That was a Friday night. Saturday, I went to train again. Same thing. Went home. Was like, oh, what? This feels weird. This isn't normal. I don't normally feel like this. I haven't been lifting, so it's not that. And my wife and I, we both like did our morning workouts at different schools. She does a little kickboxing. I went to jiu-jitsu. And we both like normally go out and do our separate errands, get in the cars, do our thing. And she came home and I told her, I said, hon, I feel the same way. She said, let's just sit here. Let's just sit on the bed. Let's just chill out for a little bit, see how you feel. Talked me into going to the hospital eventually. I went, smile on my face, no big deal. I wasn't like, oh, they're coming to get me. It wasn't like that, like you see in the movies. Went in, had an EKG, and there's like one nurse in the room. And then he leaves and he comes back with another nurse and she looks at the EKG. They come back with another nurse and a doctor. And all of a sudden there's all these people in the room and they never say the word heart attack because they don't want to literally give you another heart attack to get the shit out of you. They just say, we see some anomalies here. We're going to send you over to the cardiac unit at the hospital. And okay, obviously something's bad. It's like we're seeing some abnormalities. I get in the ambulance. They put me in an ambulance, take me from Coral Springs to Fort Lauderdale, which is normally about probably a 45-minute drive. They got me there in like 20 minutes. Those guys told me I was having a heart attack. Those guys, they saw that I was in good spirits. I was joking around with them. I'm just like, it was just like this. Like I'm talking to you guys. I wasn't in tremendous amount of pain. The pain on my chest had subsided. I had some arm pain down each arm as well, but that went away. And then they tell me I'm having a heart attack. We got to get you over. And then it was like, again, I'm this. This is my personality all the time, where I'm smiling. If I'm uncomfortable, I'm smiling. If I'm upset, I'm smiling. I'm gonna crack a joke just to make myself feel better. And those guys were just kind of made me feel comfortable with it. We're gonna get you over there. And like I said, I wound up having 4 stents put in over 2 days. Stayed in the hospital for about 4 or 5 days. Had a little scare and went back one time, but it wasn't my heart, but I had to go back again a couple of months later and stay in the hospital and do all the tests again. But again, I think this month, I think that's 2017, so this will be 6 years. So 6 years later, my life is normal, other than I changed my dieting habits. I watch what I eat. But talk about jiu-jitsu. I was back on the mat in 3 weeks. I asked the doctor. I said, he didn't know what jiu-jitsu was, and I'm like, can I train? I train jiu-jitsu, can I train? He's like, as long as nobody kicks you in the chest. I said, yeah, no, we're not a striking discipline, and I made him understand, and he's just like, yeah, just be a little careful with like a direct hit to your heart. But I was on the mats in 3 weeks, and never, except for COVID,